It's October here in Boston, and on this rainy Saturday afternoon from Nickerson Field, it's a matchup here of two key teams within the standings as the Lafayette Leopards take a visit to Boston to take on the BU Terriers. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. Tim Crowley alongside Mason Stalf will be joined by the third member of our team, and Allison DeWitt, in just a little bit. Now, Mason, entering today, a couple teams coming in on a little bit of a different track. BU winners of 2 of their last 3, Lafayette losing 2 of their last 3, trying to get things going today here in Boston. And for BU, what a re-addition it's been as of late, getting a huge re-addition to the lineup in Abby McNulty.
Ultimately, she's your captain, and she missed basically a good half of the season after that injury against UConn. She comes back. You're not really sure what she's going to produce in her first game action back. What does she do? 2 goals against Navy in her return in 60 minutes. She is such a focal point of this team. That leadership that she brings is oftentimes untalked about, but she is amazing, and those 2 goals against Navy show that she's back and she's ready to go.
And on the other side for Lafayette, certainly an efficient offense, right? Not a team that takes a ton of shots, but they take advantage when they do. And that's a group that's really been led by Sarah Oswald, pacing herself once again, the senior, with 4 goals on the year.
Yeah, we go from one senior to another. Sarah Oswald, tremendous confidence, really fleet of foot. Talking to her head coach, Mick Statham, the other day, so impressed by what she's been able to bring all season long. Paired up front with the true freshman, both with 4 goals, but it's really Oswald that's looked to for that leadership up front.
Continuing on the back half of the doubleheader, BU trying to do what the men's team did earlier this afternoon, and that's take home a win here from Nickerson Field. Lineups, opening kick, coming up next. It's Patriot League women's soccer here on ESPN+.
And put this probably just in front of the 6.
Curls just one in, header in, it scores! The Terriers strike first at home.
Just missed the far post, but Lafayette was dead to rights that time. Oh boy.
Keep pressure on. Now Giannino, open look, in! Giannino continues her strong year. Goal number 5 on the season. It's 2-0 BU.
Hands.
Fagan trying to recenter herself.
Oh,
Boots
it's a great ball.
down. McNulty down into the box. A chance. Crosses. Scores! McNulty gets in on the fun. It's 3-0. BU now with a chance to create some space and advance upfield.
Oh, that's going to be probably the biggest key for Lafayette in the second half, is they have to figure something out, whether it's formationally or who steps when or communication-wise. There was far too much space for BU in that first half, and there's too many creative players up there. Giannino probably most notably, but we saw McNulty can dart in. Godoy is very, very strong. Fagan. They have all these creative players where if you give them the space, they're going to take it and make something out of it.
Battle around the midfield as Oswald trying to get work. Early touches for her second half.
Better.
Now with some spacing this time. Just outside to Wechter. Wechter moving back towards the top of the box. Chipped in and booted out. Good defense from BU.
That's the best spell of play we've seen from the Leopards on the offensive side. Quick movement. Nice ball. Inside, outside, triangle play. That's what you need to see.
And even just personnel-wise, most importantly, touches for your best offensive player. Some contact there, and a free kick coming up for BU. Just over a minute gone, second half. But that's what they're looking for again. We talked about it. Zaffanella gets a chance at the end of the first half. Coming right out, getting Oswald some chances in space. That's what's going to try to flip the field position for them. And after a half that really BU controlled that area.
I'm not sure what type of coach Statham is, whether he's a person who's really going to try and lay into his team at halftime or he's going to try and keep it calm, keep them calm as well. But whatever he's going to try and do at halftime, he wants a response.
Now a chance for Godoy. Turns around and a diving stop that time by Dewar.
Well, as strong as that piece of possession was for Lafayette, BU goes right back into the attack. Again, takes a favorable bounce, and then on the turn, good save by Dewar down to her right. But we know that Lafayette, any chance that they have is predicated on them not conceding.
A good chance by Godoy, as you mentioned. Again, trying to find that loose ball off the redirect, turns around and fires a shot. That's been really the chances that BU's had so far. Now it's some more room to work. Here comes Matthews. Chance rolls a little bit outside as Dewar's there. That one intended downfield for McNulty.
And we talk about how Giannino, at just a sophomore, just the tremendous upside that she's already showing. Godoy, the same. Just a sophomore. Saw what she could do as a freshman last year, and now as a sophomore has continued to build on her game. This is not a team, despite as veteran-laden as they are, that's going to have any problems over the next couple of years because their best players might still be their sophomore class.
Terriers turned that one over that time, so chance to flip the field for Lafayette. 4 minutes gone, second half, 2-0, BU leads.
Can't forget Stickelman, who's been a stalwart in the midfield for Coach Brown, also part of this sophomore group.
And rolls back out in space. Leopards looking to use it. Wechter, just outside the box, on the outside. Tries to cross back in. Braun keeps that one in.
I think she was actually hoping that that might deflect out for a corner. I don't think she expected it to sneak through the defense and get to Braun.
You mentioned Stickelman again, and has done a good job today of helping create space. And another play that's really started. How about Morgan Weaver and some of the one-on-one defensive battles that she won downfield in the first half?
Look, at no point in a soccer season are you not going to have offensive droughts. And when that happens, you need to rest on your defense. That's why most defenders will say they have the toughest job, because they can never take a game off.
Touch pass inside, now goes back out to McNulty. Looking to create space one-on-one. Inside the box, McNulty crosses back in on a hook, and it's right into the chest that time, and it gets saved by Dewar.
But you just see what McNulty brings you going forward. Not only does she bring size, she's 5'7", but she can go at a smaller defender. And I think in cleats, she's probably closer to 5'9", 5'10". But she brings pace, she brings creativity, and we already know what she brings as a leader of this squad.
So Dewar a little bit busier so far here to start the second half. As for Celia Braun, has one save tallied to her today. If she can tack on another one, she'll enter a tie for 7th place all-time in career saves within this BU program. So that one's booted far and across the back line.